So I get up this morning, I'm brewing the coffee, I'm smoking my corncob pipe, checking the headlines, because that's what I do in the morning. See what's out there culturally, try to come up with topics for the channel. And I see this headline at Fox News. Screw them, send more. Screw them, send more. This is the first time I've ever seen a headline like this. And of course, this is Governor DeSantis' response to what's going on with the immigration crisis. Because as you know, DC's not going to take care of this. All these establishment types care about are votes. That's all they care about are votes, whether it's Republican or Democrat. That's all they care about. So I want to share with you this press release. Now, this is an update. This came out yesterday, an update to a release that came out the 14th. Yesterday was the 15th. And this is from the Public Information Office with the Dukes County Emergency Management Association. And this is just too good. You can't make this stuff up. And people went to Twitter to respond to this because Martha's Vineyard is now calling Texas and Florida, sending these 50 or so migrants to Martha's Vineyard. They're calling this a humanitarian crisis. They now have a crisis at Martha's Vineyard. People who have more money than you and I know what to do with. They now have a crisis for rich people. So it says here, update 9/15/22 at 1000 hours. We continue to provide shelter, food, and care to individuals that arrived on the island yesterday. A coalition of vineyard towns, community-based and nonprofit groups are assisting in this effort. Okay, you have money. One of the richest enclaves in the country. And yet, you need community-based and nonprofit groups to handle this so-called crisis. We will continue to work very closely with our state partners who have pledged support and resources for any unmet needs that we may have. Again, one of the richest enclaves in the country. And you have unmet needs? As we do with any shelter operation, we are focused on meeting the immediate needs of the people we are sheltering and engaged in contingency planning if the situation changes. And they don't see the great opportunity here? I mentioned this in my video last night. All that free labor. These migrants could be picking your grapes, making that wine for you. Working in the grocery stores and the coffee shops, mowing your lawn. And all those votes going to Democrats. And the PR campaign alone, as I mentioned last night, would win every vote in this country. Just picture it, the Obamas, the Schumers, the Pelosi's, hosting these migrants in their home because they care. They care about you. Yeah, they care about you every 4 years or every 2 years, depending on the election cycle. These people are so full of it. Should I say it? We are grateful to the many local and neighboring community members who have reached out with offers of support. Please direct all resource inquiries and or media requests to emd@dcsoma.org. So that was the update to their press release from the 14th. Now, this is what they released on the 14th. At 1500 hours today, approximately 50 individuals, to the best of our knowledge, originating from Venezuela, landed at the Martha's Vineyard Airport seeking shelter. This is an ongoing situation. Town emergency management operations from the 6 island towns and the sheriff's office, as well as county management, are actively collaborating to develop a coordinated regional response. And you all couldn't get together with your money and your resources without the help of the sheriff's office or these nonprofits and come up with a plan yourself to take care of these migrants? The group in question have been provided food, water, and emergency stabilization sheltering for the evening. 2 emergency shelters have been established locally with additional space available in case further arrivals occur. Oh, I'm sure there's going to be more. I'm sure there's going to be more. And you got to go to Twitter and see these responses to this. Because people are saying, wait a minute, you're telling us that 50 migrants at Martha's Vineyard. Let's say it's 100. Let's say it's 200. Okay, let's say we have 200 migrants at Martha's Vineyard. That's a crisis? When you've got thousands pouring through the border each day? So go to Twitter, look at these responses. I mean, this is just classic Democrat 101. I think this is one of the tweets here, just pulling from the article at Fox News. Wow, 50 illegal aliens caused a humanitarian crisis on Martha's Vineyard. Just imagine the crisis the policies advocated for by MV and Massachusetts have caused in places that get hundreds or thousands of illegals every single day. Screw them, send more. Townhall.com columnist Derek Hunter wrote. Oh, God. You know what? The truth is, though, the truth here is that the state should be handling this. In all seriousness, the state should be handling this. It's time for us to just nix D.C. Say, hey, if you're not going to take care of this immigration crisis, we're going to take care of it ourselves. We're going to take care of it ourselves. And kudos to Texas and Florida for doing what they're doing. Hey, and I'm an independent voter here. Mentioned that before. I think both parties are full of crap. And I think we should have more parties in the fray, because if we had more parties in the fray, we'd have more solutions rather than Democrat and Republican. Because these people, the establishment types, aren't going to do anything about the immigration crisis because they want the votes. It's all smoke and mirrors with these people. If they were really serious about this immigration problem, they would have done something about it 30 or 40 years ago. Remember what happened with Reagan in the 80s? Amnesty now? Whatever the law was passed in 86? You know, and yet, the sad thing about this is that you and I, we get up and we go to work. I'm doing this YouTube channel on the side, okay? I'm not making tons of money off of this. I got to go and do the overnight shift tonight. We've got a pool tournament in town this weekend. So I'm going to be doing the overnight shift. And then I've got to go into work next week, put in an extra hour on each shift, Monday and Tuesday. So I'm doing overnights. I'm doing swing shift. Just like you guys out there, you're working 2 or 3 jobs. Doing whatever you're doing on the side. Trying to make ends meet. Trying to raise your family. And this is what you wake up to. This back and forth between these idiots in D.C. who have no clue what's going on in the real world, where you and I live. It just amazes me. Just amazes me. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for letting me rant, share this with you. If you did, you know what to do. If you enjoyed the video. You can also follow me at Instagram, #JasonComposes, because I write music in my spare time. That's why I harp on free speech and this thing we call America, where we have free speech, have all these rights that need to be protected. And we have laws in place that are supposed to protect the people. And that includes immigration. And then you can also find me at Twitter, Culture Confederacy at Twitter. In fact, I should go to Twitter and make a little comment. As the old saying goes, don't tweet too much. The best people who tweet are those that don't tweet that often. But that's where you can find me. #JasonComposes at Instagram or Culture Confederacy at Twitter. Hope you all have a great Friday, great weekend. This is the Culture Confederacy saying peace out. Stay safe, everybody. God bless this great country, and I'll catch you next time.